is Varun. I am the Assistant Vice President at Medlearn. I take care of the entire hospital success team. We are really privileged to have our speaker for today. We are here with yet another insightful session. As you are aware that Medlearn conducts a series of expert session where healthcare professionals from various domain come to the forum, discuss healthcare insights, enlighten healthcare professionals through knowledge sharing. And I'm really excited to host today's webinar where we are going to be discussing on how we can create a culture of operational excellence in healthcare. So before we go ahead with the session today, we would like to give you a brief glance of what we are, what we do, how at Medlearn we are achieving excellence in learning and development in healthcare space over these years. As you are aware that we are partnered with more than 400 hospitals in India, in South Africa, and in GCC. Subhash, I request you to kindly play the corporate video for us.
Hospitals work round the clock to serve patients. Being at the center of the action, hospital physicians and staff must confront every situation and every challenge. They must also keep up with evolving health needs and knowledge through ongoing comprehensive training programs. What they need is a promising solution to ensure a continuous learning journey.
In today's world, technology is transforming life. Be it taxis, food delivery, everything we need is at our fingertips. Education is also going through a transformation, and we are at the forefront in the healthcare industry.
Medlearn is a comprehensive learning, training and skill development platform incubated at Impulsys in India for healthcare professionals to attain the right mix of content, learning and skills that help them throughout their career. The platform offers a wide variety of courses that enable hospitals to meet their employee training and development needs in areas of quality compliance, soft skills and induction. The platform is designed in a way that it enables easy tracking of the real-time status of their learning progress. What's unique about this platform is that it's accessible anytime, anywhere, ensuring quality learning literally at your fingertips. Hospitals can now assign courses and track the competencies of users on specific topics with Medlearn's intelligent assessment tool, which gives them better administrative control. Its superior courseware helps hospitals provide standardized care and bridge skill gaps at every level in the organization. The healthcare professionals will also become more efficient and empowered when their learning journey progresses with ease and at their convenience. Let us unite to improve healthcare in India by spreading knowledge through technology. Medlearn. Better prepared for better care.
Thank you, Subhashri. Um, we have, this is just for everybody's information, that we have intentionally kept the videos and audios off so that there is minimum interruption during the webinar. After the session, we will be opening the forum for question and answers. So you can ask questions from our speakers. You can understand the insights, any specific doubts that related to your organization that you want to clarify, you can ask post the session. So actually we need to enable the audio and video for and sharing option for Irshad sir. Time for us to introduce the speaker for today. Before I give you details about the speaker, I personally want to emphasize that I have personally witnessed Irshad sir's way of working, the way he manages his team. And I'm one of those privileged professionals who got an insight the way he handles the entire operational aspects of hospital. The brief moment that I shared with Irshad sir, I was able to gain really good insights about different techniques. It was a very unique way of the way sir handles thing, and that is one of the reasons why I approached the entire Medland team approached sir that we would love to have you on board for a insightful session. Subhashri, can we have the introduction? So, just to give you a brief insight of few of the many things that Irshad sir wears on his cap. Irshad sir is an experienced healthcare business leader with a strong focus on operational excellence, financial discipline, and patient-centric service delivery and P&L management. In his role as the COO, he oversees end-to-end hospital operation, translating clinical priorities into efficient, scalable, and sustainable systems. His expertise spans capacity optimization, process improvement, performance management, team building and engagement, and strengthening governance across complex hospital environments. And I would also like to add that during his work tenure, when I was working with him, I could see some exceptional leadership. Everybody was so comfortable working in the hospital, even during post-COVID era. The management and setting up the pace, getting the team motivated to get that insight, understand the priorities within the healthcare ecosystem was exceptional, and that is something that I witnessed personally. With hands-on leadership experience, Irshad sir brings a practical data-driven approach to healthcare transformation. He has led initiatives in revenue cycle optimization, workforce productivity, business turnaround, and lean operational practices, while enabling strong alignment between clinical and administrative terms. Known for building execution focused cultures, is a renowned face in healthcare. He emphasizes continuous improvement, accountability. In this session, he will share real world insights and actionable frameworks which are drawn from on-ground experience to help healthcare leaders optimize resources. And I'm sure at the end of this session, you will be able to get insights on some easy to implement operational excellence initiatives that you can also plan in your own hospital. And now over to Irshad sir to start the session. Today, we would be discussing on how you can build and develop a culture of operational excellence in your organization. And even if you do not work in a hospital and you are part of any healthcare organization for that matter, I'm sure these insights are going to be really valuable for you. So, Irshad sir, we welcome on behalf of the Medland team and all the participants who has joined today. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Varun. Thank you, Medland. Thank you for the opportunity, and definitely it's a platform for me to share my learnings, and I'll be happy if I can be of any, my experience can be of any help to somebody in the healthcare. I will really appreciate that. So myself, Irshad Khan, presently working as Chief Operating Officer at SCG Ranchi, Jharkhand. In my last 14 years of journey, I have covered different hospital chains and at different locations, including India as well as abroad. So let me quickly start this session. I think the slide is very much okay, Varun.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
All right, so let's start. So, pardon my language if I go a bit, bit straight, because that's how the healthcare and that's how the business moves. And आप सबने देखा होगा, you must have seen on LinkedIn, from last few days, there's a picture going on where you see 80% of the healthcare, the top chains are led by PE equity funds. So, my friends, the scenario is changing. It is changing very fast. The culture of nursing homes turning into big corporates led by funds pumped from PE equity, and it changes the entire dynamics of the system. The expectation, you see your calculation patterns. The healthcare is no more that healthcare it was 10 years, 15 years back. So in that entire scenario, operations is a key part. And before going ahead, let me clear my myth when I entered healthcare and what it is today. Definitely, it will clear some of the myths of you people. आजकल operations मतलब नल बाल्टी मग्गा तक सीमित नहीं है. No, operations include everything what all you see in the hospital. It is not just hospitality, it is not just reception, it is not just billing, it is not just floors. It is everything you see in front of you. Keep marketing aside, keep clinical aside, rest all falls under operations. Now it depends upon what is your portfolio, how much domain you are taking care of. But everywhere you will see opportunities to tighten the operations, to increase the leverage of revenue, to control the cost. I was going through some of the questions of you people, and I think most of them will be covered into this, and rest we can take at the end of the session. So let's start, guys. So while going through this in next 40 minutes, I will take you through some of the financial performance fundamentals. Definitely you must be aware about them, but I have my own way of seeing that things, and I would love to share it with you. Then we'll talk about how to, utilize the capacity, how to prevent the revenue leakages. That is basically one of the answers. Like how do you, without curtailing the quality, how do you maintain the cost control? All things are there. Workforce productivity, CapEx and OpEx management, operational best practices, data-driven decision making, building a culture of operational excellence. We'll talk about all these things. So let's start with some of the financial performance fundamentals. So guys, everything that you do into operations, at the end of the day, it is measured when your facility director, when your, the investors, they see it, and they see it in the form of your P&L, profit and loss statement. When we talk about P&L, you must have an idea about P&L. Everyone has, but it doesn't, it is not just that you know about P&L. Actually, P&L means the decision making that is kept at each, that actually changes each and every raw figures. देखने में it's very easy. Yes, put the revenue, put down the expenses, you get the EBITDA, depreciation, interest, you get the PAT finished. No. Every single line means something. And that is where you have to use your operational excellence parameters to control them, to move them towards a direction which is against your budget set. I hope you are getting me. If you have certain questions, I'll take them later. So, बहुत एक basic principle है, bed occupancy rate. Now, there are hospitals I have seen where occupancy rate, sir हमारा 90% occupancy है, sir हमारा 80% occupancy है. But क्या खाली occupancy देखने से बात बनती है? Is that parameter enough? It is very important to see what is your payer mix. It is very important to see what is your average length of stay. These all parameters cumulatively when you see, it gives you a real picture. You take a neuro patient of a CHS, take any of the scheme patient who is given a package of 1,20,000, and the available days of 12 days till 12 days you have to keep the patient. You see the average realization of that patient. You see the ARPOB of that patient. You see your average length of stay. Everything will go in vain, and you will be very happy that your bed occupancy rate is very, very good. So my friends, that's where your expertise and experience will come into picture. You have to understand what is the line where you have to go, what kind of percentage you can actually incur, and accordingly increase your efforts to have that kind of payer mix. Entire government, entire cash, entire TPA, this might be difficult, but there has to be a range depending upon your capacity, how much you can hold. Because if you add more payers, if you add more credit payers, it will be very tough to run the daily operations, and you will have to be dependent upon your investors again and again. So cash flow will get disturbed. Incoming कम है लेकिन outgoing ज़्यादा है. पैसा है, books है, मजबूत है, but at the end of the day, cash flow is very weak. So any hospital which has low cash flow, जिसका cash में expense है और उसके हिसाब से income नहीं है, it will be having a lot of trouble. And that's what investors don't like. And that's where PE funds will give a lot of problem. Let's go to average length of stay. Again, average length of stay define करता है आपका overall picture को. It doesn't mean it has to be 0.5, it has to be 1. It actually depends upon organization to organization to organization. If you're running a dialysis center, you can have multiple shifts. If you are running a high-end ICU setup, you need to see per bed per day realization. Accordingly, you can increase the ALOS. There is no harm. If you are running surgeries, you have to be very smart. You have to fix your in time, you have to fix your out time, you have to see the patient quality. Accordingly, you have to budget. Everything cannot go in the same package. So all these understandings, they come with time. What I want to share with you is look at the things in direction which is expected at other end, not just your end. ALOS has to be benchmarked. You see, it depends upon pair to pair. For a government, it can be 4. For cash, it can be 2, 2.5. Depends upon specialty. So at the same time, it is very important to plan out the specialties for your hospital. It cannot be we are opening a new hospital, let's pump everything and let's start everything. No, things has to go hand on hand. When you start the hospital, you immediately on first day, you may not need things which are needed after a year. So for that, you need again IRR, internal rate of return of a particular equipment, payback periods. All those we'll study in coming slides. But the just is a single parameter don't define everything. It has to go a cumulative study, average length of stay, bed occupancy, specialty mix, payer mix. They all contribute together, and you will have an understanding like how we are going, what is our operating margin, what is our average revenue per occupied bed per day. Okay, that's very important figure. Everyone should know what is ARPOB of your hospital, and then again put efforts, specialty mix, payer mix, average length of stay to redefine it. How can we increase our ARPOB positively? All right. So not just occupancy rate. I think let's go to the next parameter because at least 2 to 3 hours we can discuss on every single slide. But idea is enough. I think you got the gist of it. Let's talk about capacity utilization. See, all these are operational parameters. I told you, not just reception, not just hospitality, not just emergency. It includes everything. So when you talk about bed turnover, you need everybody's involvement. You need everybody's involvement, right? From doctor to nursing to MO, your clinical parameter, your non-clinical services, everything comes into picture. So bed turnover, the better your bed turnover rate is, the better you can accommodate more patients and better your revenue goes up. The slow and easy it is, the slow and easy your revenue will fall into picture. OT utilization. We see a lot of hospitals we have seen where there is plenty of staff. There is a lot of OT numbers. But actually, surgery number are very less and everybody is busy. Sir, we will start our day from morning and we end at evening. We are so busy. We need more people. Sit down with the data, understand how many surgeries we have done, what are the practical hours going on. You see, every second that you put in OT, the OT runs, it has having a cost. It has a cost. General anesthesia cost continues. A lot of consumers to keep those vitals active. It's a cost. Surgeon won't have to, they won't have to do anything with it. They just know I have given a patient, the billing is that much. No, it is very important to take the person on time on bed, OT bed, and take out. This defines a lot of picture. Consumable, staff, OT, expenses, everything. So it's very important how you plan your OT. Yes, if you have more numbers, you can take OT on rent. You can start another OT. You can do a lot of things, and then your investor won't touch you. Talk about OT emergency. You see, waiting time of patients, efficient use of EMR, EHR, HMS, all these things, streamlining proper appointment systems, all those reduce your time and help you to accommodate more and more patients. This is basics. I think you all know about it. There is nothing rocket science that I'm adding up here value to. But my point again is OT is a very crucial area where most of us don't give, much, have just a foresight. But that's a gray area where we lose a lot of our top line and ultimately end at EBITDA with a low margin rate. Yes, my favorite topic, revenue leakages. This is the slide, guys, which you always talk कि cost को control कैसे करें, quality को control, quality को touch किए बगैर. You see, these are your parameters. This is where actually the practical world is struggling for. It is very easy to take schemes. It is very to add, all kind of payers, but it is very important at the same time to control them. I have seen a lot of corporates struggling into this. And that's why we have third parties now managing the system. And you know the only thing which is actually a hindrance, just the discipline. We think we have hired people and leave it. No, we keep the lowest paying staff in that department for documentation. Where you have people, you have emotions. आज mood नहीं है भाई का काम करने का. What will happen? Those bills will go late in the department. What will happen? There will be a lot of disallowance. What will happen? There will be a lot of EMIs. What will happen? A lot of revenue leakage. You lose your hard-earned money, which you could have saved. Recently, I came across an organization where, just like that, the bills were not uploaded and the portal got closed. And some is in CRs, not even just millions, it is in CRs. So, my friend, unbuilt procedures are very important. Our front runners, they try to avoid the questions of the patients. You see, there are multiple things that we do. Even doctors at times, just for the patient's sake, or they want to accommodate the patient, or they don't want to have any cross questions from the patients. Most of the things in ICU or ward, they remain unlisted. They remain unbilled. It is very important that your billing manager or your staff keeps auditing, auditing the file of what has been done versus what has been billed. It is very, very important. A culture of understanding in the team that your effort, your hard-earned money has just gone like that because somebody is not, worried about it. Why? We should. If you don't want to take it, you can get discount, but it should be billed. It should be billed. Coding errors. When you deal with schemes or you deal with credit payers, there are a lot of codings. So efficient people, efficient system have knowledge about it. It's very easy to go through the guidelines, understand what is good for you, what is not good for you. Similar, like, specialties, what are good for you and what are not good for you. You identify the codes, keep the right resource at the right place. It will give you more revenue than what you are paying to them. Not just, okay. I've seen organizations earning, double of what some of the organizations are earning for the same procedure. Why? Because they have gone through right things. They have invested in the right resource. They have made their people to go through right training. Consumable wastage. Oh my God. It is not just, it is everybody's problem. Even if you are confident your pharmacy is perfect, just go and see nearby drugs. You check, you take a data of last 1 year. You see that the expired drugs. They will not be kept there. There will be somewhere down. Just go and take out of them. Try to develop a checklist, a monthly checklist, a weekly checklist, where at least a regular practice can be developed in the staff, and we can avoid this. These are all avoidable things. You don't have to go in market to bring this revenue inside. This is your hard-earned money. You can just work to prevent that. That's all. Delayed billing, again, very important. We have built in our system and we are confident the revenue is booked. My friends, the revenue is just booked for you. The bill has not gone to the credit payer. Ultimately, and the cycle has not yet started. So every single day that your money is into pipeline, you are losing the interest of that. Somebody's money is in the pipeline. So that's why I say, when we talk about it, it is not much tougher to work with promoters. It is not much tough to to work in the equity-based firms. It is just that you have to be realistic. You just have to own the organization. You have to develop a culture when everyone understands, what is the importance of that work they are doing. They can't be just doing from one end, and there will be leakages at the other end. There is no point of running such organizations. And you see small steps, they add into your EBITDA. Your 2-3% EBITDA can just go up, taking just small steps, fixing accountability, fixing KRA, KPI of the people, develop a culture, a routine check. You cannot stand at all the places. Most of you should be managing the organizations. You cannot stand at all the places always. But there are people, there are check and balance. There are some things that you check on daily basis, some on weekly, some on monthly. But if there is discipline, I think most of the things will be controlled. Only game here on this third slide is just the matter of discipline, and it comes with time. It's part of culture. Insurance denials, we all struggle. You know, I did, you just imagine you should be facing this. A credit, a TPA guy, a TPA patient, billed heavily, patient is fine, everything is fine, and now there comes denial. I know what situation is there. And then everybody is in the picture, how to justify and how to that, rather than proactively understanding the case, putting right picture to the TPA and to the patient, and being transparent from day one. Because you know why this happens? Because most of the times you see those are delayed intimations. Patients, it is day 2, day 3 on the in ICU, while your receptionist or the TPA guy is intimating today. Most of the time, I have seen it practically. The person who is dealing with query, he has no idea. They are non-clinical people. They just go register and pen together. Doctor, please, this is the query, right? I don't know what is the mindset of the doctor in that particular situation, what he's writing. There can be dedicated people, right? There are available resources, and they can save more money than actually what we're paying them. So that's why I say, if you look at these some of the parameters, you don't have to worry about quality, and you prevent lot of revenue from leakages. Let's go. The tick is running very fast. Let me cover the other slides. I think I can add more value. Okay, workforce productivity. My friends, this is all very situational. There are doctors who see 30 patients, there are doctors who see 50 patients, there are doctors who see 60 patients. You won't be able to control that practically unless and until you engage the doctor and there is a feeling of belongingness towards the organization. Then you can go ahead and hide. But at the same time, you should work on practical, the current trends, the digital trends, the AI-based trends, latest, HIS, EMR portals. They can actually save time of doctor. They can save a lot of, lot of templates you don't have to type nowadays. They are all ready-made available. They just need to click and it is there. They don't have to follow for the patients. You don't have to follow for your patients. It can actually help you, generate the leads which are not converted. So, it is ready. Now you do them, but you put pivot, you put, VLOOKUP, fetch out the details and then call. Be handy. You have to invest in quality, but in long-term scenario, you will have a lot of relief. Nursing ratios. We decide nursing ratio, on NABS say 1:1 in ward, in ICU, in wards, it can be 1:3, 1:4, depending upon kind of ward you are managing. But the expectation is rising day by day, similar as the support. There is a fundamental in healthcare. For every one patient that you manage, you need at least 5 people around. They can be all together, housekeeping, nurses, MO, doctors, you, we, this and that, everything. And most of the organization, if you have 50 occupancy on an average, you have 250 employees, 200, 250. You have to invest there. You don't need more of the brain in hospital. You need less of the brain and more of the hands. My friends, on floor, you don't need all talented nurses. You have to make a combination. Some freshers, some experience, and some leaders. That's where how the things move. If everybody will start, thinking, then nobody will work. So those are some of the basics. I think right staffing, implementing cross trainings, time motion studies, automate non-clinical tasks, they all help you to understand where is the gap. And then you can fix those things and improve the workforce productivity. Yeah, again, very important, very, very important. We all, when we are sitting on our seats, managers especially, we are very comfortable. Yeah, 5 patient है, 10 patient है, हमारे पे CT scan पे चीजें ठीक चल रही है, ठीक चल रही है. It's not about चीजें ठीक चल रही है. It's time to look beyond that. It's time to understand actually, the language that investors talks about, the language in which the investors talks. We don't think beyond EBITDA. We don't think beyond P&L. Just go through the presentation of any share meeting or board meeting of any listed company. You will understand the language there. They don't talk on payback period or thing. They talk about IRR. If you want money from us, if you want to have an equipment, tell me IRR. IRR is basically internal, rate of return. So basically, you fix a time period and you put down all the costs, put actual EBITDA, cash flows, what will be coming in, what will be going out, and you put a percentage. So what is the compound rate of benefit that you are actually getting from that particular equipment? So ideally, we see कि 10 साल equipment चलेगा 10 साल के हिसाब से, but PE funds don't see like that. For them, 4 years is more than sufficient. For them, they need payback in 4 years. They need IRR to be more than 20%. Otherwise, they won't even listen to you. They won't even listen to you. So that's where the world is going. So we have to upgrade ourselves. We have to match our standard. We have to be prepared for what is going on. Otherwise, we will be behind, guys. Yeah. So ROI is very important. You start talking in your hospitals about ROI. Otherwise, with time you will see that there are a lot of wear and tear. You are investing in a lot of AMC and CMC. There is productivity, but there is very hardly anything at EBITDA level. So for EBITDA level, it is very important to understand how much payback period we have fixed, what was it budgeted, where are we now, what is NPV. NPV is basically net present value of the assets of future cash flow. So that's how it is. You will get all this formula on internet. What I'm trying to tell you is it's important to see it from that prism rather than just सब कुछ ठीक है. नहीं, सब कुछ ठीक नहीं है दोस्तों. सब कुछ ठीक नहीं. The things are moving very, very fast. We have to scale ourselves. All right. Utilization forecast. They are again very important. How much you have, for a new hospital, how much you have forecasted for year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. Similarly, where are we? What are the gaps? How can we fulfill them? Yes, very important to understand. डॉक्टर साहब आए थे. डॉक्टर साहब ने कहा है कि एक हमें इस साल MRI लगाना चाहिए. Please start asking what is payback period of that equipment, what is IRR of that equipment, what are the specialties where we are going to use that. Is there any other equipment that we should buy in that money instead of MRI? Why to have it if we need it just for 2 specialties and there are other 18 specialties which don't need it? Why can't we outsource the things? Why we need to buy everything? Why can't we lease out? Why can't we do partnership with other people? There are funds which are actually working in partnership model. You don't have to invest on everything. That traditional way is going is no more there. जो होगा हमारा होगा, भाई चलाएगा गाड़ी. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Post investment rating again very important. Investment forecasting के basis पे invest करवा लिया. How about deliverables? Otherwise, there will be somebody else sitting on your chair and managing it for them. It's very easy, guys. It's hard earned money of somebody. You can't just play with it. Here are some examples. If it is 68%, then you understand that it is. We have to extend the hours. We need to do some more tie-ups. We have to increase the numbers at the hospital, cross-functional conversions, cross-specialty conversion, all those things. If it is 82%, we are on track. We can just maintain those things. If it is above 90, then definitely we have to start now, planning now to add more machines so that, we don't lose the opportunities. Similarly for OPEX, this was all about CapEx. CapEx comes one time. It doesn't have an impact on your P&L. That's why most of us are very reluctant. Let's get the investment done and then we will see, because in routine it doesn't match. But my friends, depreciation is counting every day. You are losing the value of money every day. While at the same time, OPEX, when you are managing day-to-day work, you see a lot of initiatives you take which actually help you to control your OPEX. Energy management, you can have, solar panels, you can have 5-star projects running in the hospital. You can motivate employees to shut down those computers, shut down those machines when it is not in use. All those basic things that you do. Otherwise, there are a lot of systems available to do it easy for you. There are people wanting here and there as third-party caretakers, and they will manage it for you. Supply chain optimization. Why? This is an area where we lose everything and we bother hardly about it. The vendors that you are working with, the rate contracts that you have done, the leakages in that department, they are actually again your hard-earned money. If you lose them there, it won't get converted into your EBITDA, right? So it's important to have rate contracts, call more vendors, understand, do this annual exercise annually. Good companies do that so that the margins are intact. Understand what is going on in market. Try to have bulk purchase depending upon your load capacity rather than just one time every day you purchase order and you buy things. You won't get that rate and you will have more utilization. If you buy in bulk quantity, it will have that basics. I think you know it very well. Operational efficiency best practices. Yes, it starts from admission to discharge. Discharge is a worldwide problem. 4 घंटे लगते हैं सर हमारे यहाँ पे. क्यों लगते हैं 4 घंटे? 4 घंटे इसलिए लगते हैं क्योंकि प्लांट डिस्चार्जेस में, क्योंकि वो डेडिकेटेड लोग जो उस पर काम कर रहे हैं, दे आर नॉट मच अलाइंड. एक डिस्चार्ज समरी बनने में टाइम लग रहा है. पेमेंट क्लियर नहीं हुआ है सर. पेमेंट क्यों क्लियर नहीं हुआ? वेयर इज द पॉलिसी? आर यू फॉलोइंग द डिसिप्लिन? If discipline is there, the things will be intact and you will be able to release the patient timely. That actually increase, it has an impact. This slide has a lot of impact on your NPR, Net Promoter Score. And in long run, NPR really helps, guys. It really helps. Admission. Patient is waiting there. Patient is waiting in emergency. Oh my. Waiting. उधर 4 घंटे. Bed turn ratio उधर बढ़ता जा. Patient the fast he will move in the ward or ICU, the fast his treatment will start, more supplies you will be needing, more your idle practices, result of treatment, overall billing, everything will get benefit. So pre-registration, digital check-ins, they help in admission. For diagnostics, but there are a lot of equipments which give you quick results. Parallel testing. If it is hard for you, outsource it. There are people to take it from your doorstep and give it back to you. Treatment and everything, standardize your protocols, have standard templates. Everybody in the system is aware about it. Even if there is delay for doctor to come in, the nurses, the medical officer knows as per the protocol of particular specialty or particular disease what basics they have to do. So it increases again the experience of the patient that they don't have to wait. They don't have to depend upon anybody. And the treatment starts as they enter the hospitals. All these are basic principles which actually help you to improve your operational efficiency, improve your bed turnover ratio, improve your ARPO, improve your occupancy, all those basic principles. Ultimately, my friends, again and again, you might be surprised why I'm again and again talking about P&L and EBITDA, because that is the crux. This all thing lead to EBITDA only. That is where money gets shared. That is where the progress comes from. So it's important to understand and accept it. Data driven decision making. Yes, सब ठीक चल रहा है सर. पेशेंट हमारे यहाँ बहुत रहते हैं सर. हमारे यहाँ टाइम ही नहीं है सर किसी के पास. अब बढ़िया टाइम क्यों नहीं है? Let's take out the revenue. Let's see what is the utilization of manpower. Let's see what is the utilization of OT. Let's see what is the utilization of every single department or lab or radiology, or even utilization of doctors. I have seen organizations where they see the utilization of doctors. Accordingly, they started moving them to other centers or visiting OPDs or something, because that's a fixed cost. Unless and until a variable component is added on that particular thing, on that particular doctor benefits. So it's very important to fix up data so that you start getting quality data and then you take decisions based on that, and it actually helps. There are digital dashboards available now. You don't have to work an entire day for Excel and then get something and then present it to management or your boss. Dashboard says everything. You just update it. It is linked to your HIS. At the end of the day, you get everything in the next morning. Everything is ready. You know how many tests were advised, you know how much were converted, you know how many patients, just went out like that. But you have to fix your HIS first, you have to fix your EMR first, you have to fix your digital dashboards first. Let's take an example. In emergency, the patient enters the door to doctor time. You all have parameters in NMBH. So if it is in line, it's good. There can be patients who don't want to wait or who already have an appointment at other place. So there's a margin for everything which is acceptable. Beyond that, that particular thing is not fulfilling the KPI. You have to call that person, you have to talk, you have to put things. If you talk emotionally, if you don't put numbers, the discussion will end up at samosa and chai. If you put numbers, everyone will be focused because numbers speaks themselves. So you have to start talking in numbers, my friends. All right. Very important. Building excellence culture. Can it be done in a day? It's a regular practice, right? It's a regular discipline that you do. And for that, you have to be disciplined, first of all. You have to start talking in numbers. You can't expect it from your team to talk in numbers from day one. For that, you have to, walk with them for 1 mile. You have to allow them to walk 2 miles, then a partial one. Slowly with time, they will come to your expectations. Engagement. Incentivize them. Incentive cannot be, it cannot be just money always we talk about. No, it can be skill development course offered to them. It can be a career advanced pathway built for them. It can be a rewarded recognition. It can be bonus, depending upon the KPI, the KRA that you have set for them. So this builds a culture of a belongingness, a belongingness for the unit, that if we contribute, definitely we are part of that, and management understand that. Leadership commitment, staff involvement, cross-functional teams, all these are basic things that you do in day-to-day life. The just if you ask me in single one line, you have to lead by example. You have to reflect that discipline before you ask it from others. You have to start talking in numbers before you talk from others. Start talking in numbers, hardcore numbers. Everyone understand that. If you say doctors don't understand, no. There are people with high IQ that understand everything. It is just that they don't want you to go in that direction. You start talking, they will start listening, and you will see the results at the end of the day. All right. A roadmap. So I saw a question like, how to build it now. So late is better than never, my friends. Start, you can have this template for you. You can, assess and plan. You can understand what level you are, identify the gap, fix the KPIs, start celebrating quick wins, stop those revenue leakages. You will need time. First of all, you have to understand that. And then your team will go through the trainings. And then automatically a culture will come. Then you have to appraise team about it. So you will see very few, and once you have data, you can analyze. And once you analyze, you even understand what is going on. Revenue leakages. Start talking about disallowance. Start talking about dispatch trackers. Start talking about, your NPR. Start talking about, late bill submission deadlines. You need to have that dispatch tracker every day on your desk, or at least your operation side should have that. So, आज ही late क्यों है? It cannot be a single day because the entire cycle delays. And then you have to be very much, accessible to all those portals of those pairs, credit pairs, because everything is mentioned there. Now everything is online. You don't have to send bills, आज बांधा है भाई ने, आज courier जा रहा है. No, you don't have to do that. Just scan and put it off. So you see when it was uploaded, when the query was raised, what happened to the query, what was implied, why the money got deducted, everything is online, right? When they start doing those pilot projects, scale up, look for specialties, look for standardizing the processes. Don't just believe in firefighting that can be okay for 1 day, 2 day. In long run, my friends, my experience says, unless and until you set the process, you are not going to do anything. You will always keep firefighting and nothing will. I think that's all from my side. In the limited time we have, I think I was able to do justice with that. What do you say, Varun?
Thank you, sir. It was really, really insightful. I guess uh, the webinars that I usually attend, I have seen very few people talk about the operational aspects, the day-to-day challenges, and how the regular staff who is on ground, who is patient facing, can address these challenges. I've also sensed one thing that the knowledge about PNL, operational efficiency, the capacity building, revenue leakage is only at the top level. The members at the bottom who are actually on the ground, patient facing areas, they are not aware about these stuff, and that was the main agenda. So I guess we have hit the bullseye. The main mindset behind this program is to ensure that people at all level are aware about all aspects of healthcare operations. On that note, if there are any questions, we can open the Q&A now. Members can start putting up their queries in the chat, and um, we can address those questions one by one. So I request all the participants to start putting their questions in the chat. And as the time permits, we would be taking the query one question at a time. If there are any questions, anything, even if you don't have questions, you can share about how you are managing operational excellence in your own hospital. All the leaders who have joined today from different organizations, you can also share insights. It can be helpful to the people who, from different organization. It could be an insight for all of us. So you can start putting your queries in the chat below. We can wait for 5 minutes for everybody to start typing the queries. Okay, one of the question is, what strategies can hospital use to improve bed occupancy rates without compromising patient care quality?
So I think we covered that question in between. To increase your bed occupancy rate, you have to really see what kind of city you are into, what kind of specialties are prevailing there. Similarly, what kind of staffing you are having. It is not just just take it to 100. You have to see what is your capacity, what kind of manpower you have. Tomorrow, if 100 patients came to your hospital, what will you do? So, understanding all those basic principles, you set a goal for yourself, and it can be a permutation combination of different kinds. It can be daycare beds, it can be multi-speciality, it can be ICU beds. So it goes into a mixed blend. If it say suppose your medical director is leading phase or leading a surgeon or leading practitioner of a particular city, you see most of the patients will be coming through his name. Correct. You can plan like how much occupancy till what is his capacity, how much you can add. So a combination of specialties accordingly pair. At times you stretch the ALOS. Yeah, people in industry knows how to do that. You see, it is manageable, but only to 5 to 10% plus and minus. Baseline you have to take up with time.
Correct. Uh, there is another question, sir, and I would like to tweak that question a bit. So the question was, give me one. Yeah, so the question is, in your experience, what KPIs are most important for measuring capacity utilization? Now, sir, you have the experience of wearing multiple hats from eye to cancer specialty to multi-specialty to super specialty. I want to tweak this question a bit and understand that what are the concrete KPIs which will not change irrespective of whether you are a single specialty, multi-specialty, or a super specialty. So what are the KPIs or metrics you would suggest that people should measure?
All right.
Which are most important to measure capacity
Just, just,
utilization?
just.
Yeah.
So you see, um, uh, actually, culturally, it varies from kind of a specialty mix you have. For eye care, it will be different. Of course, convergence remains the basic for everybody. For a cancer hospital, it will be different because there you will be more focusing upon NPR, that is, a new patient suggested, and then conversion into IP. Because once the patient gets converted into IP, it remains for there, and the cycles continue. You call for chemo, you call for surgery, you call for radiation. So for me, for any hospital, basic indicators remains always in footfall, and that is where you can fix the accountability of the people who are responsible for it, right? Again, NPR is one of the key indicator that highlights your performance. Of course, auto utilization is one of the things where you can fix again accountability of people. There should be, all these KPIs are those which are actually KRAs, actually, into the result areas of some of the people working in your hospital. Not everyone will have those kind of accountability. You cannot generate that, but they have to be part of that accountability to fulfill that accountability. That will be enough. So overall, if you see, those conversions, those footfalls, that RPOB level, that ALOS, that utilization, it goes hand in hand and ultimately answers your questions. These are 4 or 5 basic principles which gets fit in all
Correct.
the organizations.
So we'll take up two more questions. There's another question which is, I guess, a national burning issue, which is how can a hospital reduce OPD waiting time? There is a specific mention of Bangalore hospitals. I guess just not Bangalore, it's a
Bangalore.
common issue. The staff attrition, OPD wait time.
Yeah.
Any strategy, sir, would you like to suggest?
I think in Bangalore like cities, people don't love to, wait much because the good point is they registered it, pre-time. So ultimately, that is where I wanted to go. You have to start, build a culture in your patients of pre-booked appointments, and you can actually motivate them. So once they came without appointment, but at the time when they are going, you can put an importance of appointment in their brain. And once you have a ready list, everything is manageable. Yes, you cannot control the flow. There will be patients, new patients, they may come from any side, and you cannot deny them. They are your bread and butter. So an expectation setting, number one. Number two, pre-appointments, right? Reminders, basics. Again, AI can help you in pop-up of all these things.
Correct.
Recently, I've gone to a hospital. Although these are basics, but I was happy. When I called them, once it was confirmed, I got a message. So I was assured I have time. When I went, I was late for 5 minutes. I got a call. Again, important. Now, if I would have gone there, I would have rushed. I'm on time. So I was aware that I'm late. They are waiting for me. Again, it's a privilege given to me. And I will be cool, right? And I was very happy when I received the call. So once I went, everything was done. Immediately I came out of the doctor's room. I got the prescription on my WhatsApp. I got my next appointment immediately before leaving the hospital. So all these are basic things. In OPD, there will always be kiosk. Only thing you can do is to have pre-appointments, manage your flow, have good quality people. Then again I told you, you need more hands and less of the brains. You don't need
Yeah.
more brains and less of the hands. What we do is we try that everyone should be an expert in the hospital. No, you don't need that. You need more hands. There should be people standing at the door to welcome them. There should be people to escort them. There should be people to facilitate and call them.
True.
And there should be a brain who actually runs this show. We do opposite, and that's where we struggle.
Correct. So there's one last question. How can discharge planning begin at admission in a measurable way? I guess working with you and um, uh, Dhananjay sir, I believe interim discharge summary and discharge planning along with the doctors, having a list of all the, I have witnessed that you used to ask all the managers that how many discharge are planned for today and even a day before, especially when it comes to TPA. And this I have witnessed as a practice. Would you like to share any insight on how discharge planning can be more
You see,
efficient?
there are organizations who have fixed time of discharge. They don't allow after 5 p.m. So it's again part of the culture you build in your organization. The doctors, once they are aware that this is not allowed, so this is not allowed, they will counsel the patients. And people also understand with time that this is how it is good for their betterment. Evening time, they are rushing and leaving. If something happens, they can't come back. They should be comfortable when they are leaving. So not just planned discharges, but you should start from this. Start taking planned discharges list against actual discharges. See the gap. Which doctor, which particular floor, which specialty is having this, they are going against, which kind of pairs. Is it in the behavior? Is it in the nature? Is it something which can be managed? Once you're able to identify that, you will fix it. Don't allow unplanned discharge or to a particular percentage only. From ICU, discharge cannot be allowed directly. It has to go a step down. So once it has gone to step down, tomorrow it is coming for discharge. Planned. For that, it has to be inculcated in the nature that there will be no direct discharges from ICU. From daycare, you know very well that how you have planned the cycle. So
Correct.
dialysis, you know, we have to take 3 cycles. So it has to start at particular time. Otherwise, it will be, those privileges will not be given to patient if they stay for entire day. You have to, monetize at times. You have to give benefit to the patient. If you come on time, you will have these benefits. If you don't come on time, so all those tricks and tactics, I think it's more about culture, involvement of people, not just doctors, but medical officers, but nurses, but typists, but receptionists, for everybody around. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Talk about operational excellence, and Irshad sir finishes 5 minutes before giving me still 5 minutes to finish the vote of thanks. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate you wrapping up the session spot on time. And thank you so much for your insights today. I could see there are a lot of other questions also, but with interest of time, I ensure that we will revert to your queries in the same chat. Also, people, I appreciate they mentioning about their hospital name, Yashoda Hospital, Motherhood Hospitals. We would be writing to your queries. For more information, you can write to us on, reach out to us at info@medland.com. You can stay connected with us on our LinkedIn pages because we keep posting about our upcoming sessions. Also, we would be posting a YouTube recording of this particular session. So in case if you have missed anything, um, you can just go through the recording once again. And I really appreciate everybody participating in the Q&A and being such a audience attending on a Saturday in good numbers. I could still see there are questions on OT utilization, etc. We would be addressing to your queries soon. Irshad sir, on behalf of entire Medlearn team and all the participants, I thank you so much for being a speaker for today on operational excellence in healthcare. And I really appreciate all the participants to attend our event so frequently. Thank you so much, and I wish you all a great weekend ahead. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
sir.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, everyone.